Hello, my grade 10 students. So I thought to make a quick recording as we are speaking about anecdotes. And we mentioned that an anecdote is there to give a short summary. It's also there to provoke your mind, listening to someone's point of view. An anecdote is also there to make a connection emotionally. So I hope that this short story that I'm sharing with you will serve that purpose. So related to the example that I put on the group, 18 years ago, I made a complete change of career. I used to be a bookshop manager, working for about 4 or 5 years in a retail bookstore. And I just felt like I needed a new challenge in my life. In any case, so a friend of mine encouraged me and said, why don't I consider the painting industry? And I'm like, okay, I've only ever painted my own house. During summer holidays, my dad and I used to take about a week. My dad bought the paint and then we washed off the walls to get off the dirt and mud and whatever. And then we actually spent the whole day having to paint the house and the gutters and everything. So to me, it wasn't a nice thought. But in any case, so I ended up getting involved in the paint contracting. It went quite well. Eventually it went well, but initially when I started, it was quite difficult. I knew nothing about the different types of paint. My father used to buy the paint, so I just took the paint and put it in the bucket and painted the walls. That's about as much as I knew. Now I had to learn what type of paint fits onto wood, what type of paint fits onto a wall. It's different paint to use outside and inside, and all of this was just very new to me, and I felt quite threatened and intimidated by the whole process. And in any case, so eventually I would end up in front of someone's house, sitting in my car and wondering to myself, how will I get out the car? If I go to this person, what am I going to ask them? What am I going to tell them? Like, hi, my name is Aldo. Shake his hand and say, I'm here to give you a quote for your house. No, so everything felt very new and very overwhelming. And in the midst of all of this, I had this very good friend, and his name was Quentin. And he was in the paint industry. So for him, he was an expert. He even sold paint to companies that cover the sides of boats, these huge ships. I don't know if you ever thought about it. You see that the ship has a color. It's not just simply metal on the side. So it has to be painted with special paint. In any case, so this friend of mine knows paint very well, and he just encouraged me and he said, listen, each and every person is different, and every time you do this, it's going to become better. Just do it more and more and more. It's like practicing anything. You want to get your muscles bigger, you have to practice. And he kind of just made it very easy and very simple to me, to the point where I started doing it more and more. I would drive to sites daily, like 2, 3, 4 sites, and just go and meet the people working there and say, hey, my name is Aldo, this is my company, and we can offer you a quotation to paint your place, paint the house inside or paint the house outside. And yeah, eventually it actually became a quite good, successful, thriving little business. And his advice that he gave me was very effective, and it was very helpful. And he was able to put things in perspective for me, so that I realized, you know what? And he used to say, each and every person out there has money in their pocket. Your job is to try and convince them to trust you, to rely on you, and to realize that you are a trustworthy person. You won't run away with their money. You're not there to steal from them. You're there to give an honest service to them. And that's what you want to do. And he said each big company out there, Microsoft, Facebook, all the others, they had to go through the same process. It wasn't one day or 1 week or 1 month for them to get as big and as successful as they are. they also had to start somewhere. Start with baby steps and increase as you go along. And yeah, that's basically an example of my anecdote. And I thought just to share that with you, and hopefully it makes the whole process of writing the anecdote, it makes it easier to understand, it makes it more effective, and you know what is the purpose of that. Okay, take care. Over and out.